Here we are. We're back. Are we live, Cap? We're on. Sweet. I'm going to... you're going to have to move away. I'm going to shoot you. And then I'll kill myself, okay? So we're back. We don't have cameras, but you just have video. That's fine for now. It's better than nothing, all right, guys? Better than nothing.
Let's go.
Right, it's time to roll out. We have the round 2. And we are this time watching from Kazna Kru point of view and against Red Tide. So we'll see what difference they make this time. So this is Cap's first tournament, and I hope he's on the ball with just showing you what needs to be shown.
We've had it. Let's get out of here.
Awesome! Right, here we go. First ever stream for the Cup for Caps. Everyone cheer Cap on. Hooray! We'll sort out cameras and shit later. And okay, so we have the entire of Kazna Kru coming into the middle. Kazna Kru coming into the middle. They've scared off the enemy tier 1 who was going through the middle. Oh, sorry, the AMX 90 with their tier 1s. Knowing you're spotted is a good enough reason to run away. We still have them not using the 50-meter rule, but instead the Tetrarch on the furthest east. So that's interesting and so nice. We are using Coco Loco, moving into the middle with his T1. We're going to see if he can spot any enemy or any opposing teams members going down the other side. It's actually the safest way to check the 7 column. He's going to move over there and look down on the 7 column to see what is going on. Nothing, apparently. The 50-meter rule is saying there's no one down there. And then that's when you see the T-32 from Kaiba move up to cover the position, because he now knows it's clear. The AMX squad, the two 5100s and the 90, are moving up down the 4th column to poke ahead if there's any more defenses. We don't have any vision on Red Tide whatsoever thus far, so they're all guessing. We're just sticking together and guessing where to go. The thing to note here is there's nothing covering the west. Comment acting on Abbey is pushing heavy tanks down the west, but there is nothing, not even vision, over on the western side. And here's the call for him to come back and check out the west. So the T1 is going to be heading back now and heading straight over to the western side. Because if he runs into the opposing team coming this way, the artillery has got no defenders. He's going to be spotted and killed almost immediately. So Cobra, who made such an important difference in the last battle, was sat there in the open with no defense, and that's it. He's repositioning right now. I was right about High Flyer. He's had a family emergency and will not be joining us for the rest of the cast today. And we will hopefully see him again next week, or sorry, tomorrow for maybe Monday. If not, I apologise and I'll keep you informed of how he does. His wife is, girlfriend, is having a lot of problems with school. I was just saying, she's finding it hard. Right. Let's go ahead and see the frontline battle. AMX 3090, AMX 5100 at the front with only bushes for cover. I guess they're really trying to figure out what Red Tide are doing. Red Tide have realised that they're against a team of equal skill, and they've got to be very careful. Last time, the last resort, we saw Red Tide hide over on the west side, around D2, D3, that area. So there's a good chance that's where they've gone this time, with making sure that they're going to win by playing it safe. Now, maybe their original tactic isn't what they would consider. Oh, but Scrub takes out Coca-Cola with, again, no one being seen. Although they've seen him. They know exactly where he is. 1 shot, 2 shot. He's down. So that's huge. The artillery is down for Red Tide. That's very interesting. Again, the same thing I was worried about happening to Kazna Kru was that the artillery was open with no defenders. It seems like that happened in the reverse. Red Tide actually left a path where there was no scouting, and the Kazna Kru has taken advantage of it. Cool. pings are going off on the map. They're really curious of where the opponent teams are. They're not sure what the hell is going on. They've still not seen red tide. They've seen the artillery, and that's it. So the only gap I can see would be G2-3. They are pushing down the western side. If they were not going down the west, then where are they? Where are they indeed? Water. Drink for kings. You can't see me, of course. Forget that these days. Nothing is happening. I've said pretty much everything I can. We have Hyber in his T-32 still holding the 6th column. We have the AMX squad rushing around trying to find where Red Tide are. Red Tide are buying their time, trying to hold on to anything they've got. The artillery again is open. He doesn't have any cover there apart from the bushes. So I'm guessing he's not going to move. He's scared, I would say, that something's going on. They've lost their tier 1, so they can't suicide at tier 1, but there we go. I was exactly right. That's where they were. They were coming down from the west, and they've decided to make their move now. Hyber's running for his life now, trying to get into a new position by pushing up the 6th column, but he's already taken a shell on the ass, and will be turning around probably any second now. There we go. The emergency scout is still left there in the middle, and the Tetrarch is taken out by the T2 light tank. So both the scouts from Red Tide are now revealing themselves and showing that their hand is. And there we are. They were all down the west-hand side. I was absolutely spot on. First shot goes on to Sec, who managed to take him down to half health. What a good shot that was. So Mojo and Lorda is moving up to trying to get some shots off there. But they've got to be careful because there's a lot of guns down there. If they put themselves over and are hit with more than one, and still Mojo is being a bit ballsy there. If he moves forward too far, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 shots that can easily hit it. But he's playing it risky. He's just keeping their attention and keeping them lit, ready for their artillery to do the work. Remember, Red Tide lost their artillery, so the Kazna Kru doesn't have to worry. Kazna Kru. I struggle with that name for some reason. I call them the Orcs because of their Orc NOBs. The light tank is actually giving the Lorraine some troubles. The T2 light tank is actually scaring off their tier 7 artillery. So EKO Cobra is struggling to go forward because if he has to, taking lots of damage here from the tier 2, but one mistake from the tier 2 and that's all over. But he's fired now. The Lorraine's in trouble. If he actually gets surrounded, he's actually in trouble. But the tier 2 is driving off the edge. Oh, I thought he was going to. But on the other side, we have the action going on. The Ostat Bender is fighting the AMX 1590 with the T-32, and Sex in trouble. Will the Sex get hit? No, he's being covered by the T-32. Great teamwork there by Red Tide, protecting the weakened enemies. But now the AMX 5100s are surrounded with no cover. Their only T-32 is in the middle, totally out of position. Still Mojo's got a shot in his rear. One more shot and he's dead. Easy get around the corner. He's got out of there. But will Ostat Bender have a shell left to be able to take him down? It doesn't matter. 2 shots from the AMX 5100s takes him down. Still Mojo's going to try and get behind his teammate, but it's too late. T-32 versus AMX 5100, and he's not got many shells in that breach. I can almost guarantee it. That's 1. That's 2. He's dead. Okay, so we have Sex still alive with 21 HP, and that's huge. Because with his gun, if he times it right, that the Hyber, the only last remaining T-32 on the team for Kazna Kru, could be in serious trouble. He's got to be very careful and pick his shots wisely. If he hesitates too long, then he's in trouble. But he's trying to lure them out. Look at the artillery positions here, guys. The Lorraine there, Cobra is there. Now, if Red Tide has forgotten, they will come around this corner. If they haven't forgotten, they've forgotten, he's coming out. Ostat Bender's coming out. Hyber is pretending to be scared. He's retreating back. Will he go for the bait? Artillery must be looking there. There's the call. He's lost sight. Will he take the shot? He did take the shot. Or was that Hyber? I'm not sure what's going on here. I guess Red Tide realised their mistake at the last second and decided, no, we're going to go back. That actually is a big, big, big mistake. The thing to note here is the AMX 1590 is actually fast enough to go all the way around the outside of the map and try and take down. No, he hasn't gone, and the artillery did hit down to 500 HP. He's aiming for the AMX 5100. Is that wise? He could actually just... Yes, he is wise. He gets the shot. AMX 5100 goes down. Ostap Bender is now against Hyber. 1-on-1. T32 versus T32. Ostap Bender is at 535. Hyber is at 975. The one big difference is that they have artillery support. But Willie Belder waiting for his artillery support. He's being very risky here. One more shot's needed to take out the T32, but if he bounces, he could be in trouble. He did bounce, but so did... No, he didn't bounce. It was not a jump shot. It sounded like it, but it wasn't. GG. Red Tide are out. These teams are both excellent teams. They're both champions. They've both won the ESL before, the Go4WoT of Tanks. Fantastic game.